Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Tinmans Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tinman Taylor, and today I'm over by my movie slash mask shelf. And before I get into this video, I'll explain what I'm doing here. Basically, I'm now going to be putting my mask that I painted up on the shelf. So my dad gave me the suggestion of building some shelves to put over by my other mask shelf right here, and I can start putting my movies up there. But that's going to be in the months to come, hopefully. But anyway, I'm over by this shelf because I wanted to show you guys my latest movie haul, and it's a jackpot full. So I'm going to start off with the first movie I picked up over at Durham Rescue Mission in our town. And this was like back in late November before we went on our trip to the mountains. So hold on tightly. The only movie I picked up at Durham Rescue Mission thrift store before we went on a trip was Batman Returns. So now I got the 89 Batman, this one, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin on single disc. I was like, hallelujah. And I also checked the disc too, and it did not have any scratches on it, so I said I might as well go ahead and grab it. So my late 80s, early 90s Batman movie collection is complete. And people consider this one a Christmas movie, but yeah, still a cool Batman classic nevertheless. Now, I'm going to show you all the stack of movies I picked up over at the Great Smokies Flea Market in Kodak, Tennessee. Now, I forgot to film this lady's booth that I picked these up from, because years ago, I remember stopping at this other lady's booth, and she had like shelves with movies and had like one of those glass display cases with movies in them, and she had them all categorized, and I was able to find like some Bigfoot movies and stuff. Well, she won't there this time, but I think it's a different lady now. She had a small booth that had like movies on one top shelf, like that kind of circled around the entire booth, and a bunch of movies on tables. So here's one Christmas theme movie I found, Fat Man, with Mel Gibson. He's playing a Santa Claus that's like, willing to go down without a fight. Basically, more action-packed. Basically, what I saw in the trailer, that a naughty kid hired a assassin to kill him. But I always wanted to see this movie, and I said, might as well go ahead and get it. Says she had it, Not only that, but I found two Netflix Christmas movies, and they're two-parters. Christmas Chronicles 1 and 2. I love Kurt Russell's Santa Claus. I think he's now became my third favorite, because my first favorite is always Tim Allen, and my second favorite is Charles Durning. And he kind of reminded me of a younger David Huddleston Santa. The way his Santa suit almost looks similar to him, but more updated for these times. But yes, I noticed Netflix was starting to put some of their content out on DVD. I saw these at Walmart years ago, but then here lately I haven't been seeing any Netflix movies show up in Walmart. So when I went to that latest booth and I saw these, I said, oh yeah, I gotta get them. But first I only saw this one, and she said the second one was underneath, and I said, oh, better grab it. And I checked the disc too to make sure they were the right ones. So I'm glad to add these to my Christmas movie collection. Now, I was not expecting to find this. It's a DC Studios related movie, but it's a documentary called Superman, the Christopher Reeve Story. Christopher Reeve was one of my favorite Superman actors of all time, even though he was from like the 70s, 80s era. But after watching the trailer for this, I know I'm going to be bawling my eyes out just to see what that man went through, being paralyzed in a wheelchair, and what he was doing to help others in that same condition. It's moving. So I can't wait to watch this. My dad wanted to watch this too. Then I got the sequel to Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, with Michael Keaton. And they said William Dafoe was in here. And Jenna Ortega from the Scream 5, 6, and Wednesday series is in here. So I can't wait to watch this one. Since I already seen Beetlejuice 1 already. Next is a biopic of Reagan with Dennis Quaid. And basically, John Volt's character is pretty much like narrating about what he learned from Reagan through his eyes, basically. And I saw now, one I did not expect to find up there was this, The Crow, which is the remake of Brandon Lee's original movie. And after hearing that they were doing this with Bill Skarsgård, and I saw the trailer for it, I said, oh, I need to watch it. I heard a lot of people don't like it as much because one is a remake and it's not the same as the original, but I'll give it a whirl. And plus, I don't know if you guys noticed, but you can't get this box cover at Walmart like that. The ones at Walmart got the Crow, Bill Skarsgård's face on the front with his black makeup just running down on the face with like a black background and stuff. Well, this one's got more color into it. I said it almost looks like a horror movie that was released in like the 80s or something, but that looks cool. So I can't wait to watch that. And finally, from this woman's booth at the flea market, I found another X-Men movie, which I did not have. It was called X-Men Dark Phoenix. All right. After I left the Great Smokies flea market, we went back to Seaverville and went to the Flea Traders Paradise flea market. And I picked up 2 movies over there, so let me go get those real quick. Here's the 2 movies I picked up over at Flea Traders. A new copy of Clint Eastwood's Joe Kidd. And I loved this movie when I had my other copy. And I was like shaming myself for, selling it last time. I picked this up over at, if you guys remember watching that video, I stopped over at this guy's booth that had like a bunch of movies all over the place, and I think he had a few collectible toys in the front. Well, I stopped at that guy's booth and I picked up this movie. Not only that, but I picked up a John Wayne classic called Chisholm, which I told the guy I'd never even seen this movie before. He said it's worth watching. So I can't wait to watch this one. And he said some of these movies were starting to become hard to find, including this one, intact. And I believe him, because trying to find these at a thrift store that won't scratched up and everything was like 1 in a million shot. But yeah, I can't wait to watch these. Then we rode over to a Goodwill in Seaverville, and I found 2 more John Wayne movies over there, and I was like, oh man, I must be lucky. I'm racking up a lot of Westerns today, that day. Yeah, this was called The Cowboys. Then I found this John Wayne movie called Rainbow Valley, which this one came out in, I'll say it must be in the 70s, but it's a 2001 release. But yeah, I never seen this movie even when I went over to my papa's house and watched Westerns with him. So I can't wait to watch this one as well. Alrighty, that's all of my mountain trip movies. Now I'm going to go grab the movies I picked up back at our local Durham Rescue Mission thrift store when we came back. So don't you go anywhere. Alright, here's the other Durham Rescue Mission pile. The first one, I noticed that I did not have in my collection, but I remember watching it years ago, was Jim Henson's Kermit's Swamp Years. And I said it had a good disc in it, I'm getting it. It's another Muppet classic that everyone needs to watch. It's a fun movie. It don't have Miss Piggy or any other ones in there. It's just him and a few frog friends and a dog. And a talking little fly. Alright, there's that one. I dropped it. Then the next one is a Looney Tunes movie, but it's during the Christmas season. It's called Bah Humduck. Looney Tunes Christmas. So basically it's got Daffy Duck, Porky Pig, Tasmanian Devil, Yosemite Sam, Tweety Bird, Bugs Bunny. Basically a bunch of Looney Tunes characters in one film. I don't think all of them are in there, but it's just some of the main originals. So I can't wait to watch this one, even though Christmas is already gone. But hey, I still like watching Christmas movies 24/7. Next are two Scooby-Doo related ones. The first one is actually a 13 episode series, The 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. Now, as you guys recall, I picked up the new original movie, Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. Well, that's the sequel to this, basically. So apparently they did not capture the 13th Ghost, so I gotta watch this series and then watch that movie just so I know what happened, basically. So, and the discs were intact in there, and I said, yeah, I better get it, because I think there was one time I saw this and I was going to get it. I opened it up, and the movie was missing, but the part 2 disc was in there. I said, dang it. So, I got lucky. See, there's disc 1 and disc 2. Can't wait to watch this one. And how many of you guys are a fan of this little series? Let me know down in the comments, okay? Next Scooby-Doo film is brand new, sealed too. Scooby-Doo, Music of the Vampire. Now, I got the other one called Legend of the Vampire, but that's like a vampire down in Australia. This one looks like a European vampire movie, because the vampire they go after looks more like Dracula, kind of, with the cape and palish skin look, while the one in Australia was more like a big gigantic bat creature. But anyway, I can't wait to watch this. I think I watched it on Cartoon Network or Boomerang one time. They showed it on there, but I didn't see the whole thing through, so I can't wait to watch this one. Now, I remember watching this in school, I think, or it might have popped up on TV years ago, but it's a Walt Disney classic that has Mel Gibson voicing European explorer guy. I forgot that guy's name. But anyway, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's this guy right here in the bottom with blonde hair. But anyway, he runs across Pocahontas and they end up falling in love, and then her dad does not allow it, basically. He wanted her to marry another Native American instead of a European guy. But yeah, I love this movie, so I was glad to find it. It has a 2-disc set too, with the snap case. So you got disc 1 right there, and disc 2. This is the 10th anniversary edition. So imagine what they did for like the 20th or whatever. There's that one. Then finally, out of this haul, I picked up this horror movie called I Know What You Did Last Summer, and it's starring Freddie Prinze Jr., Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Ryan Phillippe. I've been hearing talks about them doing a third movie from this, or it might be a reboot, because I think the second one wasn't that good like the first one was. Which I need to track that one down too. But yeah, look at that disc. It's still intact. Can't wait to watch this one. And I was a huge fan of Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar starring together in the Scooby-Doo 1 and 2 movies. But they make a perfect couple. And for all you guys don't know, he's the voice of Ezra Bridger's mentor in Star Wars Rebels. I forgot his name. Anyway, little trivia for you. Now, the week before Christmas, me and my mom went back there to our local Durham Rescue Commission just to see if they added anything else, and they were already having a 50% off on Christmas. Well, I didn't find nothing Christmassy I liked, but I went back to the movies and I found a new copy of Christmas Shoes. Now, I know what you're thinking. You probably go like, wait a minute, don't you already have that movie? Well, it was one of those things where I thought I did, but I must have sold it. I can't find it because I got the third movie that goes with this one and the other one. So I got Christmas Shoes. Now I need to get Christmas Blessing again. Don't you just hate that when you thought you had a movie and then all of a sudden you realize, oh, you sold it, right? I need to start back on writing my movies down on a piece of paper, like to keep them in order. So if I know if I sold one, I'll be like, yep, mark that off. I need to do that again, but I haven't done it in a while. Then the next movie I picked up is a Western movie, but it's starring Tommy Lee Jones, called The Three Burials of Maclindius Estrada. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but there you go. I never seen this one. I seen the one he directed, The Homesman, but then I never seen this one, so can't wait to watch that. All right, now I'm going to grab 4 more. 3 of them I got for Christmas this year, and one I just recently picked up over at the Durham Rescue Mission again, so don't go anywhere. The first 2 are actually shows, which I had before, but I sold them. Well, Santa Claus brought me the $6 Million Man, but on the complete series box set. So I got all 5 seasons, including 3 reunion movies. Not only that, but I also got the complete series of Bionic Woman, which I already had season 1 and 2, but I didn't get 3 yet, and I ended up selling them individual cases of those, and I wished I never did, but well, I got another chance to watch all of them now. Since I already seen all the episodes of this one, but now I get the chance to watch the reunion movies as well. Anyway, that's from Santa. My mom gave me and my dad the latest Ghostbusters movie, Frozen Empire. So now I got all the Ghostbusters movies in my collection until they decide to make another one, of course. Now, just yesterday, I went back to the Durham Rescue Mission again and figured they hardly had anything new in the movie shelf, but I did find this. I had it one time and I sold it. I didn't watch it yet. Stanley Kubrick's The Shining with Jack Nicholson. So I got this one now. I need to get the sequel, which is Dr. Sleep, which came out years later. So I can't wait to watch this one. Well, all right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my latest movie haul. I might as well call it Movie Haul Jackpot, right? Let me know down in the comments, out of all these films I showed you, which one you already seen and you loved, or you wished you had in your collection right now. So this is going to be another successful installment of the Tinmans Corner channel. I'm your host, Jeffrey Tinman Taylor. And 2025, like I said earlier, big changes on the movie shelf. Just thought I'll let you guys know. And have a nice day, everybody.